Harold, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining the conversation today.
You bet. Good to be here, Maria. Thanks for inviting me on.
Let me get your take. On what has been really a bloodbath for the energy market. To what do you attribute what we've seen happening for oil this year and over the last year?
Well, what's happened, the Saudis decided to take on predatory pricing again. That's what they've done for 40 years. They wanted to eliminate us. We've become a huge threat, with all the new production that's been brought on by horizontal drilling in this country. So they wanted to drown us, and they've been trying to do that. And, it's a monumental mistake for them. It's not happening. It's a $1 trillion mistake for sure, and it's not happening here. It's different today than it was in the 80s. Oil companies learned a huge lesson then. They're out of the banks primarily, have long-term money. They can ride this out, and they're doing an awfully good job of that. So they'll be around when this is over, and we'll see it ending.
Harold, we've been talking on this program really for about a year now about the knock-on effects of a drop in oil prices. And I feel like that's what we're seeing take place in financial markets, certainly this year with this meltdown. What are the knock-on effects from your standpoint? You're going to see bankruptcies. We're already seeing bankruptcies up 23% year over year, led by the energy space and job cuts. Are you expecting that to get worse?
Well, there's a lot of people out of work, Maria. There's about a million jobs out of work, 250,000 direct jobs. So it's hurt. Everybody had to cut back on CapEx. That's the amount of money that we're spending, off 75% in drilling and CapEx in this nation today. And that's a huge change from where it was. So everybody cut back and also become very, very efficient in their operations. And we've seen that at Continental, and every company out here today is very, very efficient with their operations and drilling operations. But anyway, it's been a huge change, and companies know what to do to ride it out. We're seeing supply and demand correct. One thing, we're seeing faster declines with horizontal wells than anybody predicted. So these two, supply and demand, are coming back together. But the Saudis put 1.8 million barrels of new oil out last year at the end of 2014. And so that's what we've been fighting against, is about 2 million barrel oversupply in the country and in the world. But that's only 2%. So that's fast correcting as we go forward now.
So the Saudis were in part trying to kind of run shale out of business, right? They wanted to sort of make a point in the market and wanted to hang on to market share. Now that process is working through, and as you point out, a lot of rigs have been taken offline, and the decline in production has really hit the market. What happens to prices now over the next year, over the next 2 years, over the next 3 years, as this battle continues or works its way out? Where do prices go?
Well, one thing we've seen for sure, we were a captive up until we got the export legislation passed at the end of 2015. We were a captive market here in the U.S. U.S. players were. We are no longer.
The U.S. is exporting oil.
We're exporting oil. In 11 days of trading, we saw the market flip, and suddenly we were superior price to Brent. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should have been all along. We shouldn't have been 10% under, 20% under Brent prices. We should have been even all this time.
So there's a demand for U.S. oil.
Harold, real quick, you're going to endorse a candidate soon, Harold? Are you going to endorse a candidate?
We're looking at all the candidates. One good thing, you bring up the candidates. What we are hearing from all the Republican candidates is they intend to put U.S. workers, energy workers, back to work. And, that's a real bright side. That's what we're hearing from all of them. I've talked to each and every one of them so far. So we're hearing good things.
Harold, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining the conversation. Appreciate your time.